So welcome back to another advanced math video tutorial. This time we will solve equation containing complex number. So equation may also contain complex number. Here are the examples. So we will solve example number 1. So x squared y minus 2 plus x plus 2y minus 5 times I is equivalent to 0. So we want to find the value of x and y. So first, mapapansin natin, we have real part at the left hand side and the real part of the right hand side. The real part of left hand side is x squared y minus 2, and at the right hand side that is 0. Then for the imaginary part we have x plus 2xy minus 5I equals to 0I. So therefore we have x plus 2xy minus 5 is equivalent to 0. So we have first equation and second equation. So we have two unknowns and we have two equations, so we can solve for x and y. So first, we simplify equation 1. So we get the value of y is equivalent to, transpose negative 2 to the right hand side, it's 2 over x squared. Then equation 1, we just substitute equation 1 to our equation 2. So we substitute y with 2 over x squared in our second equation, that's x plus 2x times 2 over x squared minus 5 is equivalent to 0. Then simplify the equation, x cancel out at the second term, that's 2 times 2 is 4 over x minus 5 is equivalent to 0. To eliminate x at the denominator of the second term, we multiply both sides by x. So that's x squared plus 4 minus 5x is equivalent to 0. So simplify the equation, that is x squared minus 5x plus 4 is equivalent to 0. Then we factor out this equation, that is x minus 4 and x minus 1 is equivalent to 0. Therefore, our value of x is equivalent to 4 and equivalent to 1. Then this value of x will be substituted to our first equation, which is 2 over x squared. So y is equivalent to 2 over x squared, and our value of x is 2 over 4 squared. So we have y is equivalent to 2 over 16 or 1/8. And for the second value, we have x equals to 1. That's y is equivalent to 2 over 1 squared. Therefore, your value of y is equivalent to 2. Therefore, the answer for number 1, so the value of x is equivalent to 4 and the value of y is equivalent to 1/8. So we have, for the second answer, we have 1 and 2. So this is the answer in number 1 example. So if we want to check, we can substitute the value of x and y to the original equation and we'll arrive with 0 answer. So for number 2, we have 3 minus xi equals to 4 plus 5i, and we need to find the value of x. So we just transpose 3 to the right hand side or subtract both sides by negative 3. So that's 4 plus 5i minus 3. Then divide both sides by negative I, so that we have the value of x. So 4 minus 3 is 1 plus 5i over negative I. Since we have negative I in the denominator, we multiply both numerator and denominator by I. So we have x is equivalent to I plus 5i squared over negative I squared. And I squared is equivalent to negative 1. Same as I squared in the denominator, that's equivalent to negative 1. Then x is equivalent to negative or I minus 5 over negative 1 times negative 1 is 1, or x is equivalent to simply negative 5 plus I. So this is the value of our x. To check, we can substitute the value of x to our original equation. That is checking. We substitute x to our original equation. That's 3 minus negative 5 plus I must be equivalent to 4 plus 5I. So we have I. So 3 plus 5I minus I squared is equivalent to 4 plus 5I. And I squared is equivalent again to negative 1. Since we multiply negative 1 to negative value, that's positive 1 plus 3, that's 4 plus 5I. And that's equivalent to 4 pi plus 5I. Therefore, our value of x is correct, which is negative 5 plus I. For our third example, we have ln C equals to 0.3 plus 0.7 I. So we need to raise e, both sides, e raised to ln C to solve for C. So we have e raised to 0.3 plus 0.7 I. So this will be cancelled out. And if we have this equation, we just use formula. If we have ex plus yi, that's simply ex cosine y plus I sine y. So that is e raised to 0.3 times cosine 0.7 plus I sine 0.7. And we will result with the value of C that's equivalent to 1.032 plus 0.6869 I. So this is the answer for number 3. So for number 4, now we have e raised to c 1 plus 2i. So we need to natural logarithm ln both sides. So ln ec, and that is ln 1 plus 2i. ln ec is equivalent to c. So our problem is, what is the value of ln 1 plus 2i? So first we need to convert this 1 plus 2i into exponential form. So by converting it to exponential form, we need to get the value of r, which is 1 squared plus 2 squared, and that's equivalent to square root of 5. While the amplitude or the argument is equivalent to arctan of our y, which is 2, over x is 1, and it's equivalent to 1.107. So our value of c now is equivalent to ln, that is r is square root of 5. Then we have e, the angle is 1.107 I. And again, if we have ln r e I theta, that's simply equivalent to ln r plus I theta. So therefore, we have c is equivalent to ln square root of 5 plus 1.107 I. So this is the value of our z at example number 4. So for our example 5, for the last example, so we have c equals to 1 plus I raised to 1 minus I. So we cannot raise this into another complex number. So ang gagawin natin dito is i-ln muna natin natural logarithm both side. So ln z ln 1 plus I 1 minus I. So bakit nilon natin yan? Para yung ating exponent is makapunta na sa baba. So we have ln(c) is equivalent to 1 minus I ln 1 plus I. At yung katulad ng ginawa natin sa fourth example, so kunin natin yung ating r and theta. So r is equivalent to 1 squared plus 1 squared, that's equivalent to square root of 2. And our angle is arctan of 1 over 1, and that's equivalent to pi over 4. So we have r and theta, so we have ln or ln(c) is equivalent to 1 minus I. Then we have ln square root of 2 plus or e pi over 4 I. Then we have ln(c) is equivalent to 1 minus I ln square root of 2 plus pi over 4 I. Now we will multiply these two using FOIL, or if we multiply these two function or two value, that is equivalent to 1.132 plus 0.439 I. Then again, like example number 3, we raise e exponential both side. So this will result to c is equivalent to e 1.132 plus 0.439 I. And this is equivalent to 2.808 plus 1.318 I. So this is the final answer for number 4. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.